Hi, Larissa, how are you?
Hello, teacher.
Hello, how are you doing?
Mm.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Sorry, teacher. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, great. All right. So let me explain today's exercise. Well, hopefully Daniel will join us soon. But today we're going to start practicing writing, okay? So we already seen the tenses for the future, right? We've seen will, we've seen want, we're going to, no? So really quick, let's let's review the information. Let me give me 1 second, please. Sorry. All right. So the last time we've seen the contraction, remember? We've seen all the contractions to use will, right? All right. So we can also use will to make questions and to make to answer, right? So for example, if you want to make a question about the future, we will start with will, right? Let's practice a little bit. Could you be Dave and I'll be Rich?
Okay. Will you be here this afternoon?
Yes, I will. So the question starts with will and I answer with will, right? Now, when we want to say a negative with will, we use want, all right? And now I'll be Dave and you will be Amy, okay? Will you be here tomorrow?
No, I won't. I have an English test.
Excellent. So, to use the negative form of will, it's will not. However, we always use the contraction, which is want. Okay, just remember that we don't use will not. Okay, let's just use want. All right, always contractions, right? And we can also use will to ask about the information. So remember, when we want to know something and information, we can specifically use any question word that we want to find some information. For example, what, where, when, why, how, etc. Right? So could you be Chris and I'll be Amy, please? Thank you.
Okay. Where will Luis meet us?
At my office.
When will he be there?
At 7:30. All right. So this is just to complete the topic, right? So now the exercise that I mentioned before, it's this writing exercise. So we're going to write a story and we're gonna try to use this prompt. Prompt, it means like the topic of the story, all right? And a story, it's something that has usually a beginning, a middle, and an end, right? An introduction, a middle, and then a conclusion, right? So here you're gonna try to write a story about someone seeking is related with seeing, okay? Seeking for a fresh start after a difficult year. So for example, last year was a very difficult year for this pretending person, right? And this new year, it's trying to have a better year, right? It's going to start a fresh start, no? A fresh start, a good start. So you're gonna use this topic using the content, using this grammar content that we've been practicing, right? So you're going to use the simple future using will want, and be going to an affirmative and negative. All right, so that's going to be your story. You're going to write, like I mentioned, right? An introduction, a middle, and then a conclusion. And at the end, when you finish your story, you're going to give it your story topic or a name. Okay, so what's the name of your story? Story's name. Okay, and you give it a name. No, it could be anything. I don't know. For example, the person you're going to be talking about, I don't know, it could be John, right? So you can say John's new beginning, whatever you want. Okay. So it doesn't have to be separated, it has to be all together, right? This is just to understand the story. So you can have maybe a paragraph for each part, no? An introduction, a middle, and a conclusion, right? A paragraph, it's many different sentences together, all right? And no worries if you don't know how to put some ideas together, that's fine. We're starting to learn how to write, so don't worry about it. But you can always use the internet in case that you want to seek for any word that you don't know. For example, you want to write, you want to write después. In English, you're going to have many different. It could be then, it's very common, or maybe later, no? Afterwards, next, you choose. No, that's just an example in case that you don't know. All right, so that will be it for this first part of the class before we introduce the next topic. So do you have any questions, Larissa?
No, teacher.
All right, okay. Please let me know if you have any questions, and maybe we can take, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes to write the story, and then we will review it. All right?
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Let me share the link with you so you can access to it. And that will be it. Thank you very much, Larissa. See you in a little bit.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, hello. Good evening.
Hi, Daniel. How are you? How are you doing?
I'm fine, teacher. Sorry for being late.
That's fine. No worries. So we already start. So let me explain you a little bit about today's exercise. So I just shared the link for today's activity. So we're going to do a writing exercise. All right. So we have a little topic that we have to follow. So could you read this part, please? Thank you.
Okay. Write a story about someone seeking a fresh start after a difficult year.
Excellent. Great. So, do you understand all the words? Do you understand what's the idea of this story?
I don't remember what is seeking.
Seeking. Seeking is related with sight. With seeing, it's like looking for a fresh start.
Okay.
Okay. Mhm. So basically here, this is the topic, right? You have to write about someone. It could be anyone, a girl, a guy, a young person, an old person, whoever you want. And what you have to use is the simple future, or the simple future, yes. And you have to use will and want in your story, and also be going to in affirmative and negative. You can use it as many times as you need to. And the advice for you guys is to try to write 3 different paragraphs. A first paragraph, you're going to introduce your story. You can talk about your character, I don't know. Then the middle, maybe you can talk about this, no? Seeking about a fresh start. And your conclusion, how do you want to finish your story? Because remember, a story is usually going to have something different or something exciting, or it could be happy, it could be sad. No, it's a story. So,
All right.
You are going to write this, trying to at least having 3 different paragraphs. No, what is a paragraph? It's a combination of many different sentences. No, that we can put together with different linking words. For example, después. No, if you don't know how to use some of these words, we can translate it. I guess that's fine, because these are connectors, right? Or linking words. So for example, you're saying, oh, John had a really difficult year on 2021. Blah, 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 blah. No, and then you want to add information, and then you can go, then, and then you continue explaining. No, you can say afterwards, or no, it really depends how you want to write it. It's up to you guys. This is, I think, one of the first time we're writing a story, so like a proper story. So it's fine if we have some questions after, or we don't have to do it perfectly, right? We're practicing. So at the end, when you finish your story, you're going to write the name of your story. You're going to give it a name. And that's all. So I'm giving you guys around, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 minutes to work on this. And then we're going to review. You can use as many times as you want to, no? Will, want, be going to, and you have to have, guys, affirmative and negative. You don't have to have questions, but if you can put them if you want to, but you don't have to. Just affirmative and negative of will and be going to, which is the simple future. No?
All right.
Okay, great. If you have any questions, guys, I'll be here. And you have the link, so good luck. And please let me know if you have any questions.
Thank you, teacher.
Sorry guys, my computer got restarted and I couldn't turn it on again. My apologize. Are you over with the story or you need a little bit more time?
No, it's good to do it. I'm done.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you very well. What did you say, Larissa?
I'm done. I'm finished.
Okay. Okay, awesome. What about you, Daniel? Are you done too?
Yes, teacher, same.
All right, great. Thank you very much, guys. My apologize again. Okay, so let's review some typos. Well, this is a different topic, but just know that sometimes when we have a verb, after this verb, sometimes it changes. This is an example. So after want, we use an infinitive, which is to seek. It just so you know, this is a completely different topic, but after was not a good year, was okay. We always need the subject, right? That's why we have to put it, no? Because we're talking about the year. In this new year, she was proposed. Yes, she proposed a new year. And she proposed. Yes, I think that's correct.
Okay.
And because she proposed it for herself, right? Then she expected, she expects, this is simple present, no? That's why.
Okay, with this.
She expects this will, this
So,
to,
okay.
this will be, could be, no? This will be a great year, it could be, no?
Okay.
All right. So let's, can you read your story for us, please? Thank you.
Okay. Mia's 2022 plans. Mia is a young woman. She is 25 years old and who wants to seek a fresh start after it was not a good year for her. Last year, she lost her job, gained weight, gained
Gained. Without penalty.
Okay, gained weight and was sick with COVID. In this new year, she proposed a new beginning for her. Then she will start doing new things. She will get up very early every day to train. She will eat healthy. She is going to look for a new job. She will start to read. She'll continue with her studies. She won't until she's satisfied and happy. She expects this will be a great year.
Excellent. So let's review a little bit of this. So first, remember we need contractions, right? We can put here a contraction. No, she's after. Here we could put wasn't. No?
Wasn't.
Can you find any other places where we can put contractions, Larissa?
In all will, she'll.
Exactly, that's correct. So she'll, and then two, and here. Also here.
She's going, yeah.
She's She continue. She won't. Okay, here is missing the verb. She won't until she's satisfied and happy. She won't what?
I sorry, stop.
What's the verb?
Or yes, she won't stop.
Sorry guys, I think it was my internet. She won't stop, no? Yes. Thank you. And that's excellent. Well, you have a lot. Obviously here we cannot use contraction, no, because we have other words here. And it looks very good. Great job. And now let's see Danielle's. I don't see any mistakes yet. But maybe you can read your story, please. You can start with the title. Thank you.
Okay. Josh goals for 2022. Josh is an American man seeking a fresh start this year. Long story short, he's 22 years old, he's tall, he has black hair, and last year wasn't such a good year for him. He got fired, he got COVID, and he spent all his saving money. This year, he proposed to himself to create new habits to accomplish many goals. He's going to start doing fitness exercise. He's going to improve many skills in his career by reading books, watching courses, and practicing. He won't procrastinate with non-beneficial activities for his mindset, and he's not going to leave the daily routines, at least for the first half of the year, to see his results. In conclusion, Josh hopes everything goes well this new year, and he will do his best to make it happen.
Excellent. Great job. All right. So let's take a look to some words that we could complete. Okay. So he got fired, he got COVID, and he spent all of his, we could just say savings. That's a shorter way to say all the money that he was saving, not all his savings.
Okay.
This new year. Very good. He's going skills by reading books, watching courses, and practicing. Watching or looking for. He wants to find a new course, or he wants to see.
Could be both.
Excuse me?
Could be both, but I think that the best verb for this is watch.
Watching courses. If it's related with classes, maybe it's like taking courses.
Oh yeah.
Be
I
looking
agree
for
with that.
courses. Okay, so taking, no? Very good. And practicing what?
Practicing these skills.
Okay. Maybe we can be a little bit more specific. And practicing. I don't know. If you're talking about that and it's clear, we can say practicing them, no?
Oh yeah.
If it's clear, no? Because he's talking about skills, we can just say them, no? He won't procrastinate with non-beneficial activities for his mindset. We can say anymore, no, because he's not going to do this anymore.
Oh.
And he's going to leave the daily routines, at least for the first half of the year, to see his results. He's not going to leave the daily. Okay, so we use the when we're talking about something specific. For example, oops, sorry. see, the president of Bolivia. It's one person, right? The principal square. The Cristo de la Concordia. So each of them are one, right? It's one president, one principal square or plaza principal, and one Cristo, no? When we are talking about something specific, we use the, all right? Well, obviously here is fixing this because it's in Spanish, no? So here, the daily routines is not correct. He's not going to leave, maybe his daily routines, it could be, no?
Okay.
But that is not. First half of the year to see his results. In conclusion, Josh hopes everything goes well this year, and he'll say no. He'll do his best to make it happen. Excellent. Everything is good, guys. I think you did a very good job, and the topic was mostly to use the future, so that helped, no? But all the information that you put, guys, was very good job. So any questions related with the topic before we change to the next topic? Something that wasn't clear?
No, teacher.
All right.
I think it's good.
Okay, great. So now we're going to pass to the next topic, and I'm going to, I believe we've seen this topic before, but with other verbs. All right, so may and might. So let me see if my internet is better. Sure, guys. Sorry, I just, what's going on with my internet? At this time, usually gets a little bit slow. All right, so if you remember, we've seen, I believe, have to. Must be have to. I think we've seen have to, right? Do you remember, guys? We've seen modal verbs. We've seen, I believe, have to, and maybe can, it could be. Do you remember if you've seen this? Okay, great. Thank you, Larissa. So have to and can as may, might, could, and any other modal verbs are used to what, to talk about something specific when we are writing with a specific intention. Okay, so sorry, I think it's my internet. I don't know. Let's try. Okay, let's try. Let's see. If you can't hear me, please let me know. I'll turn off my camera because that usually helps.
Yes, teacher. I heard you.
The form is fine. Okay, great. Thank you, Larissa. So if you remember the form, it's fine. If you don't remember, that's also fine. No worries. Okay. Okay. So where is it? Okay. So may or might, it's always used with the base form of the verb. Okay, like can or have to. We always use it with the main base form of the verb. It's always like that. Let me write it here. So it doesn't matter which modal verb it is. Like we've seen the examples, we always use the verb in the base form. And now, both of them, may and might, they have very similar meaning. So may is the present when we're talking about a possibility, and might is the past. So we use may when something is more likely to happen. Okay, you will understand this in a second. And might is less likely to happen. Okay, so may let's say it's an 70% likely to happen and might maybe a 50%. Okay, so we're talking about possibility. All right, pay attention to that. So it's not the same if we say these two sentences. Okay, remember the meaning is very similar. However, one is a little bit more sure that will happen and the other one is a little bit less. Okay, Larissa, could you read these two examples, please? Thank you.
I may have dinner with my friends tomorrow.
Mhm.
We might go on a vacation to Australia.
Excellent. Thank you very much. So when I'm talking about I may have, oh, sorry. I may have dinner with friends tomorrow. I'm saying that it's possible that this will happen, but it's not 100% possible. Okay, I may have dinner with friends. But when we say we might go on vacation to Australia, it's not a sure to happen. We might, okay? So I don't want to translate the word, but I rather guys you to think a little bit about this, okay? So, do you understand already the meaning? You are kind of sure about it or not too sure?
I understand, teacher, but
We're talking about.
I don't use this. I'm trying to remember one time that I use may or might,
Mhm.
but I can't remember.
All right. Both of them are related, like I mentioned, about possibility. So may have, for example, let's put the same sentence. It's not the same if we say, sorry. It's not the same if we say, I may have dinner with my friends tomorrow, or I might have. I might have dinner with my friends tomorrow. So because we're talking about possibility, may, it's implying that is a little bit more sure to happen. No? So I may have dinner with my friends. But when I say I might have dinner with my friends tomorrow. So it's like the past tense of may. Might is the past tense of may. So if you have an idea of the word, you understand the difference between the present and the past. No, may, might. So let's say here you already talked with some friends in the first sentence. Maybe you are thinking about what you're going to eat with them, and I don't know, maybe you already have an outfit. No, maybe you have like something nice that you would like to wear. No, maybe a dress or maybe a nice shirt. No. In the second sentence, when we say I might have dinner with my friends, it's not sure. Why? Because maybe you talked with your friends last week about meeting with them, but you haven't talked with them again. Maybe you're a little bit tired and you're not too sure if you're going to see them. So here, when you're talking about these pretending plans, no, it's more likely to happen than when you say might, because might, you're not that sure. You haven't made that many arrangements, arrangements, no, to meet with your friends or have dinner with your friends. I don't know if it's clear. May is a little bit more sure to happen, not 100%, 70% maybe. And might is like 50%, that it might or might not happen. Is it a little bit more clear, or maybe I confuse you more, guys?
Teacher, when I am in the work or at work,
at work.
which is better? For example, if I want to say, voy a terminar esta tarea ahora, should I say, I may finish with this task in a moment, in a few minutes, or today?
Mhm. When the intention is about possibility and you are kind of sure that you're going to finish, let's say you have to do 5 tasks and you
Yeah.
already have done 4 and there is just one missing, you can say, no, I may finish these work activities, I don't know, in 30 minutes or in an hour.
All
But
right.
when you say I might finish these tasks, might finish this task maybe in an hour, maybe from these 5 tasks, you just finished 2. And there are still 3 that you haven't started yet. So you are not that sure.
Oh,
No, you
but
might finish the activity. So it's more like maybe like it's a possibility, but it's a little bit more uncertain. Uncertain means that it's not very sure to happen. No, it's less likely to happen.
ok, o sea, lo entiendo ahora en español. Sería,
Yeah,
nosotros muchas veces decimos, puede que acabe con esto ahora o puede que lo haga mañana.
that's may.
Ok,
Mhm. And when we say podría, and sorry for translating, but it is very similar. No, the meaning and the use is very, very similar. So when you say might, es podría. Podría acabar mañana.
oh,
¿No? Y
ok,
este es puede. Y ese es podría. It's more like, not sure. So
ok,
that's the difference.
understood, but maybe we should put in practice because remember this when you are, I don't know, making the sentence in your head.
Yes,
That is the,
the challenge, no?
yeah,
Yes,
I was about to say that, the
yes,
challenge.
exactly. So it's fine. We're going to practice. It's not really that difficult. We need to practice. And obviously because both of them start with M and both of them have a similar pronunciation too. I know it's very similar, right? So just because of that, however, when we practice more and more, it's going to be clear for you guys the difference between one and another. So there is one very, I don't know, universal example that we give with this. So for example, right now here in Cocha is very cloudy. So I can say, no, there's a lot of clouds on the sky, in the sky. So I can say, it may rain. Sorry, it may rain. Why? Because I'm seeing clouds on the sky. So there is something there that is making me think, oh, it may rain. No. However, if it's just a little bit chill, no, and maybe it's a little bit windy, and I see maybe 1 or 2 clouds, I can say, it might rain later or tomorrow or maybe during this week, because there is nothing that is telling me that is a little bit more possible, right? So it's like this. Let me write this and then we will continue. So you understand, because all of these things that we've seen, these topics that we've seen recently are related, that you're going to understand. So going to El be going to, right? Be going to, like I mentioned, is 100% sure that is going to happen or is not going to happen, right? Will is a little bit less. So if we have to guess, maybe some, I don't know, 80, 85% that will happen. No, because it's a little, when we're talking about plans, right? It's a little bit less. When we say, or maybe 90, I will say, well, I'm not sure, 85. When we say might, or may, sorry. Oh my gosh, so sorry. Why is not working? Okay. When we say may, it's a little bit more sure, but less than will, right? Maybe a 70%. 70%. And when we say might, it's like 50%. So that's how we can see these different topics that are related with each other when we're talking about possibility or plans. No, be going to is 100% that is going to happen or no. Will is a little bit less likely to happen, right? Because it's also like a prediction. No, I will eat. I don't know, I will clean my house. No, may, it's a little bit less than will, but it's higher than might. Might is like on the bottom. It might happen, it might not. It's a possibility. Like it says here, it's less likely to happen than may. No? So I don't know if this helps, guys. What do you think?
All right, that helps a lot.
Okay, great. So obviously, no, we practice these two. Now we need to practice these two. No, may them. Okay, so maybe Larissa, I don't know if you have any questions. Is it clear or maybe?
No, teacher.
No, that's
It's
clear. Right, so maybe we can see -2. Let me check, guys. Yes, let's see -2, and then we'll practice, okay? So there is just a couple of rules when we talk about negative statements. The only thing that we do here is, sorry, the internet, I think, is getting slower. But the only thing that we do here to make a negative is put not between the modal verb and the verb, no? So there is a could be and sorry, and case.
Okay. Kate, I may not yet. Sorry, I may not get all my work done by Sunday, so I can't go to the beach with you.
Oh, too bad.
All right, great. So this is a phrase to say that, oh, no, that's sad, or oh, that sucks. No, that, oh, it's bad, no? So may, negative, in the verb, right? And here, Larissa, could you be Luis, and Daniel, Chris?
I might not go to the movies with you tonight.
That's okay.
All right, great, thank you very much. So here, they're just describing that something may or might not happen, right? And we don't use contractions with may or might. So you remember, we usually have contractions with not, right? But we don't have contractions in this particular example. May not or might not doesn't have contractions, okay? It just, this is just a rule, okay? So remember, we just say not separated from the verb, okay? So any questions here?
No, teacher.
All right, let's practice a little bit. Okay, we'll see questions in a moment. All right, so let me share this exercise with you guys to see if you guys can recognize the difference between one and another. Remember, the use is very similar. The only way that we can have or we can find the difference between one and another is just the context. Try to understand the context. It's going to help us to recognize if it's one or another. Okay, so I'm going to share this. Well, in here, no? May, higher possibility, might, lower possibility. Basically, that sums up everything. No, sums is like summary. No, summary is it's summarizing everything. Okay, so I don't know who of you guys would like to share this exercise and work as secretary today. Please let me know. And because you're going to work together now, we can turn on our cameras. I'll turn off mine. And let's try to practice a little bit, okay?
Teacher, I apologize. I can't turn on my camera today.
All right, no worries. So I'm sure Larissa, maybe you can share.
Okay,
today.
teacher.
And it always helps to turn the camera on. It's fine if we can do it tonight, but it helps because we can see how our lips move, expressions. Okay, so let's start. Larissa, what do you think the first?
What is coughing?
Oh, coughing.
Coughing?
That's coughing.
Okay.
Mhm.
Andrea is coughing. He may be sick.
All right. Excellent. Let's repeat this word one more time, please. It's coughing. Coughing.
Coughing.
Mhm.
Coughing. Okay.
Excellent. Great. Let's see number 2. Danny, your turn, please.
It's cloudy. Cloudy.
Uh-huh.
It may rain today.
Excellent. Great job, guys.
I might win the lottery. Lottery? How is it?
Mhm. The lottery. Yes, lottery.
Okay.
You may make it on time, but you will have to hurry. Or might, sorry.
Okay. Lucy is in the last play. She may lose the race.
Tom may go to the movie theater tomorrow.
They ya está may or they may cancel the match today.
Oh, yes. Sorry. The answer is already there. Oh, I apologize. All right. Number 8, please.
Okay.
Maybe that one. You can do it, Larissa. Number 8.
Okay. Liam Liam might buy a car next month.
All right. Great.
He may be absent today because he's ill.
Great. It's, by the way, let's repeat this. Ill.
Ill.
Ill. Ill is like the
Enfermo?
adjective, yes, and illness is the thing, no, that you get.
Oh, okay.
illness is enfermedad, no? And ill is how you feel, no?
Okay.
Is ill. Okay.
Ill. Mhm.
The exam. mm, I don't know. Might
Right.
be delayed.
Excellent. Delay. Good job.
Uh, it might snow in the winter.
All right.
She's crying. What is marks?
Like grades, like at
Mm,
school,
okay.
grades. If you have good grades, you should be happy. If you have bad grades, maybe
She's
you can be
crying. She may has bad marks.
excellent. All right. Now, before we send that, I'm going to tell you how many mistakes do you have.
Okay.
So if you but I'm not going to tell you which ones. You have to find out. So you have one mistake, two. Can you go down a little bit, please? Two, you have three mistakes. Okay, now you have to find out which ones are incorrect. One tip, you can try to understand the context. The context.
Okay. Daniel, what do you think about one?
Andreas is going. He could be might because he's just going. We don't know if she's sick.
By the
50.
way, sorry, by the way, it's coughing. Coughing. Mhm.
Coughing.
With F, no?
Ah,
Coughing.
coughing.
Yes, excellent. I know it's a difficult word. Okay. One tip, that one is correct. How can we know that? Like I mentioned, sorry, but the context is going to let us understand if it's correct or no. So here it's already saying, let's see number two, okay, because that was the example I gave before. So I can see it's cloudy. So something is making me think that it may rain today. Remember, may, and less likely to happen because something. So it's the same logic in the first one. No, I can see that she's coughing, right? She's coughing. So she may be sick. That's correct.
Okay.
If there is something that tells me that there is no evidence, for example, evidence that is not going to happen, it's maybe might. No, but you have to understand the context. For
Okay.
example, number three, I might win the lottery. Well, that's correct. Why? Because it's nothing that help you to win a game, right? Unless you buy 100 tickets or maybe more, right? So it's the same logic. Let's try to understand the context, right?
Okay.
So maybe you can try to see now.
Number 4 is May because in the second part he's saying that you will have to hurry, and if you do that, you may make it on time.
Yeah. Exactly. Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
Let's jump to the next.
Number 5 is correct. Thanks.
All right. Yes.
Yeah, why not?
What about number 6?
Um,
On the number A, I'm not sure.
okay,
Yeah, because
but
I think that
no,
it could be
no,
both because we don't know the context.
Number 8?
it's 50
Yes.
and 50.
Yeah. But imagine buying a car is not something cheap, right? Buying a car is quite
No,
expensive.
no evidence.
Yes, there is no evidence. No, you could say, oh, he's been saving a lot of money, or he got a raise and he might buy a car, but there is no evidence. So, what do you think?
I think it's correct.
Yeah, I agree.
The number 11, maybe is May,
Okay, why?
because in the winter can snow.
Yes, yes, it's a little bit more possible, right? That's saying it may rain on summertime. No, it's almost impossible. So it's a little bit more possible. But you're correct. Lisa. Great job. So if I'm not wrong, I think you fixed the 3 that were incorrect. So you can send the answers and see how you did, guys.
Okay. Okay, that's in this one.
Oh, and why number 6? It's incorrect. All right. Yes. So why do you think, guys, number 6 is incorrect? What do you think?
I'm not sure.
So
They
what
both?
happened? Usually when something is likely to happen, there is some evidence.
No.
So here, I don't think there is evidence, no? What do you think?
But I'm not sure because it's a chief activity and it could
Yeah,
be a planned
yeah,
activity. I'm not sure. I think that both uh, either may or might will be here.
yes. That's actually right. Yes, you're correct. But it could have said that, oh, he talked with his friend or something.
Yeah.
We don't have that, no, but yes, you're correct. It could be both depending on the context, because it's not really that difficult to go to the movie theater, not to watch a.
Yeah, that's true.
So then I think everything else is correct, right?
Yeah.
All right. So let me try to work on this last exercise. The hood is always very slow, guys, so I don't want you to wait for this. So let's practice a little bit mixing this exercise with will. So because it's similar, right? It's a little bit different, but it's also very similar. So here you're gonna try to classify the predictions. And you're going to have many different sentences, and you're gonna try to see if this prediction is it either certain. You're going to click on C. If it's uncertain, you click on U. Okay. So just try to take a look to the sentences and try to classify in these two categories. And then after, if we have time, if we still have some time, we're gonna try to practice might and might not. All right. And basically, we have to try to put might or might not here in the middle, depending on the content. All right. So maybe this one can share it, Danielle, so we can also practice a little bit of writing.
Sure.
Thank you. You have it on the screen. And if you have time, well, hopefully I will make the hook work and we will play. Okay. All right, thank you very much. What do you think?
Should we move this?
No, the ones on 1, 2, 3. You just, oh yes, I think you can drop it, right? Yes, you can drop it, sorry. So which of the 3 are certain? All right, and which uncertain? All right. So now let's try. Excellent. Then let's try to see the predictions.
Okay. Should I start?
Yes, number 1, please.
Cars will look different. What? Which is the difference, teacher? This is correct.
Certain and uncertain.
Sorry, certain and uncertain. Cars will look different. Uncertain.
All right.
She may become an astronaut. Uncertain.
All right.
People won't go to space for vacations. Certain.
People will use money. Certain.
People might have pet robots.
People won't not have teacher in this sentence won't have
That they
not is correct.
They won't not have, that's incorrect, sorry. Won't have to, then not is it's extra, it's a typo, sorry.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
People won't have to work a certain.
We may travel to other star systems.
Robots won't teach at school. Certain.
Cars may fly.
Teletransportation will be possible. I don't know, uncertain.
Okay.
All right. Let's jump to the next exercise. So there are at least 3 ways that we can answer, not depending on the contractions. So let's see.
Okay. The school's team. Might win the game.
Okay.
Astronaut. My
or might not.
might not, no? Yes. Astronaut might not travel to Mars.
Okay.
Mm,
Shoes. What? What? Shoes may not fly. Future.
It might rain this weekend.
Sarah might go to school this year.
We might travel to Europe.
You might like the new teacher.
Aliens might not live in Mars.
All right.
All right, so we have some mistakes too. Let's review the second part. If you could scroll up a little bit, please, until number 1. All right.
I think
Uh-huh. Yes.
some certain people will not have to work. Las personas no tendrán que trabajar.
Mhm.
Not sure. If this is certain, that will be a better,
I think it's like a order.
a better word.
Mhm. Yeah. But here, if you understand the logic too, it's also it's also related with the use. No, it's not just the what what we understand about the topic. See, it's also with the use of the modal verb. No, for example, will. If we go up a little bit,
Oh,
right?
okay.
Because of the action that has on the verb. For example,
So
number 1, se verán. So is it certain or uncertain? Cars will look different.
this is incorrect.
Well, in the future, it really depends, no? But for example, if we talk about, I don't know, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, well, it's a prediction for the future.
So
So
it's
probably
certain.
they're going to look different. No? They will look different. It's because of that action that has on the verb, right? Se verán. Cars will look different. I mean, it could be.
This one. But I'm not sure.
It's just because of the action that has on the verb. No, it's not the same saying podría o usarán. No? The use of this usarán is a little bit more certain. Even when we might not be agreeing with the ideas. No,
Okay, got it.
right? It's more of on the meaning of the verb, maybe in each sentence.
Yeah. Okay. So now it's correct.
Yes, exactly. So if we scroll down a little bit more, And there are, obviously could change depending on the context. But if you let me check, what do you think about number 2?
Yeah, I think it's correct. Astronauts might travel to Mars because they actually do it.
Yes. So it's not negative, no?
Yeah,
Okay.
Because they already did, and they are probably going to do it again.
yes.
Now, what about number 3?
Shoes may not fly in the future. We don't know.
We don't know, right? Because sometimes shoes, well, I mean, even cars, they're thinking about making fly cars, no? So, like, why not, right? Obviously, this depends, but it could be both, I think.
Right?
Depending how we see the future. But we get the idea, right, of might. No, it's very uncertain. We don't know. It could be either be yes or no, right? It's 50-50 mostly. Number 4, it's correct, right? Because we don't know. There is nothing that is telling us that it's going or it may rain, no? It might. Number 5. Obviously, number 5 also, it could be both, right? Because we don't have much context. And number 6, also, we don't know much, but it could be, no? And number 7, I will say number 7, I don't know, let's review it one more time. What do you think, guys? So pretend you're in a class and then you have a new teacher. What do you think?
Could be both. Could be both
Right?
because you don't know. It's 50-50. Maybe it's a
Exactly.
better teacher.
Or maybe not.
Or maybe not, yeah.
So, exactly. However, number 8, what do you think?
We don't know, but we
don't know.
already have videos from Mars.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
a little specific, but
certainly it might not with all the evidence,
yeah,
but
but
I don't
maybe,
know.
right?
Yeah,
So the use of might is that, no, it's always related with things that are uncertain. And it depending on the context, it's either going to be one or another because it's mostly 50-50, but you are not sure. No, that's the point of might. It might or might not, depending on the context. Sometimes you're going to be a little bit more sure that it's positive, and sometimes it's going to be negative. But it really depends on the context, no? So unfortunately, I couldn't make it work. Kahoot is very slow. Anyways, this is a very interesting topic. So we're going to see a little more on Monday, and then we're going to finish practicing a bit more this topic, and we're gonna jump to the next topic. So, any questions, guys? Is it so far, or maybe questions related?
teacher.
I'm gonna try personal information. So on Monday, yeah. Can you hear me, guys? So sorry. Maybe my.
No, teacher.
Oh, sorry. Did you hear me? It may be my internet.
Yeah,
It's likely to be my internet. So sorry, guys.
we hear that we will continue on Monday practicing.
Yes, a little bit more. just because it's very easy to get confused, and I think it will be better if we practice just a little bit more, so you don't forget, no? So I'll launch today's polls, and well, we will continue working a little bit more on Monday, and then we will jump to the next exercise or topic. And please don't forget to do your assignments on my English lab. Please work on the quizzes. I'm always open to give you more time if you need to. Please don't hesitate on asking me if you need some help with it. Okay.
All right.
Whenever I can, I'll assign again the quizzes or anything. And this is especially because we have a lot of topics, a lot of classes, and I know it's a little bit, no, it's sometimes you have to do the quizzes during the week, sometimes the weekends, it changes, no? So thank you very much, guys. I'll see you on Monday. Have a great weekend. Please be safe, and well, see you on Monday. Thank you, guys.
You too, teacher.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Take care, guys.
Bye.